go?
Okay guys, we are in the kitchen. So this is where the food is prepared. Well, on this field trip we have how many tents? So the men's are divided into two groups. One group is on the northern side, and another group is just next to this group. And the ladies are next to the other men's group. So, and the other men's houses. Well, every time we come here, not every time, like every morning, we come for breakfast. We use this table, we use this board for information that you need while going to the field, the next day. And we do presentation at the end of the day. Showing what we've been observing on the field, and showing what are the difficulties that we encountered, and discussing with our coordinator well, if you want to come to the field, now I'm talking as a future geologist, you must be able to know how to cook, because we cook ourselves. And we have Mr. Meyer and Stefan. Mr. Meyer is a member of EWC. He works on thin sections and any other technical work. And Stefan is a master student, so he just helps us to cook and do other stuff. So we cook as group. Every morning we come here, one group come and do the breakfast, another group come and do the dishwash, and in the afternoon one group come, they do the cooking, another group come, do the dishwash. So I will take you, I'll just, we go through where Stefan and Mr. Meyer are cooking. Just ask them a few questions, so that they can tell you how the field trip was for them so far. Well, I'm ready. As you know, I'm the class head. We just want to get your views on how the field trip has been going in terms of cooking wise and how this work.
How does it work?
How is the field trip has been going in terms of cooking?
The cooking is going fine. Enough food for everybody. Take some time to do it well, cook well. But with the students helping out, we're getting it done.
So are the students coping with the food, or are there any?
I think they are cooking with the food. I haven't heard complaints yet. So I assume everybody is happy.
Okay. Do you think is there anything that you need to improve?
Yes, they are always here. Assume that I haven't done cooking for a long time. Yes. If I do it more often now, then I will improve.
So how are the students responding in terms of their duties on helping you to cook and?
No, I say they are there. They come there. They are in groups. When they come, one group helps for the supper, one group helps with breakfast, one group helps with lunches, and then there are groups that also come and clean up.
Okay.
So we work like a team.
Okay.
And that's good.
Well, on the other side we have Stefan. He helps Mr. Meyer sometime with the cooking, but he's also he's a master student actually.
Okay.
We came with him so that he can show us around. He's a specialist in structural geology, and obviously he's more focused on metamorphic rocks. So this area is mostly comprised of metamorphic rocks and magmatic. So Stefan came among the crew members to take us to the field, and in the meantime, because he's so organized, so he's also helping us with the cooking. Stefan, do you have anything to say in terms of how the field trip has been for us so far?
The field trip so far up till now is going well, and I hope that some of your classmates will improve their skills of being tomorrow a proud field geologist or a desert geologist in general terms. And I could say, on my point of view, observing them behaving in the field, they have a flavor I hope that they could have a chance to develop that skill in the company tomorrow.
Okay. Do you think, is there anything that we need to improve on the part of a student? How are they responding on the field? How is their understanding? And
hopefully, I went through some difficult questions and I had to make a way to let them get a good understanding of what is happening in the field. And so far, they have been satisfied of my explanation I was giving to them. And I'm hoping to see how they're going to proceed with the analysis of the data they collected in the field. I can't say the field trip is finished. It's continued until in the lab, where they are going to process those data and tell us in the report what is their final understanding of this area.
Okay, you were a student one day. You've done extensive mapping. You've gone to the field for a month. I can even say close to years. You've done extensive field mapping. I know you have much more experience in terms of mapping, in terms of locating yourself. And do you think, is there anything that teaching-wise, do you think, is there anything that the lecturers are not teaching the students so that when they come to the field, they maybe struggle to balance their knowledge?
The formation that I got to be at this level compared to what they are getting now, I would say it's a light and a darkness. Because they get introduced to the different type of jobs that they have to see tomorrow when starting doing their own job. We familiarize themselves to what they're supposed to see. But before, I didn't have such kind of opportunity. That was straightforward, or you get it through the literature, and now it's for you to compare to what you are dealing with in the field. But now we take at least a day to familiarize the student with different kind of route that they're supposed to see, and also happy to see that they are able to make some differentiation to describe the different type of route in the field, to even tell me what could be the entire structure they are dealing with. I can't say to them is right or not. I'm like giving them the answer without seeing their own effort. You see, they still have to show that what I'm doing here and confirm that is this and is that.
Okay. What the purpose of doing this is that we want to improve the side of student, and at the same time we also want to evaluate how the teaching has been correlated with what we've been seeing on the field so far. So for you in general, what would you think that students should improve in terms of their skills, or in terms of their attitude toward food, or anything regarding the field in general?
Regarding the field, we all know that technology is moving, is growing, you see. And really, a geologist can be specialized himself in only one type of compass. Personally, I can manage 4 different compasses: Bronton, Grants, Papaver, and the silver. But I was so shocked to realize that fellow honor students, they stick on only one compass. I invite them to familiarize themselves with different type of compass they have to use tomorrow. Because tomorrow, if they see themselves in the company, they might use the Bronton compass, and they can't say to the employer that I only know how to use the silver. Even the fiber girl, they have to familiarize themselves. And they are always welcome to ask questions how to use the fiber girl.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Stefan.
And concerning the food.
Concerning the food, yes.
Concerning the food, since I'm helping in this department, no one has come forward to me that she's complaining about what I'm doing. So I can say Mr. Mayor and I, we are doing well.
Mr. Mayor, just a question. Do students bring their own menu, or do you design a menu for the whole field trip?
I design the menu for the whole field trip.
Okay.
And before that, we ask that anyone, if it's a vegetarian, they must come forward and let us know.
Yeah.
So that we can take them in consideration as well.
All meat is halal.
Okay. Well, Stefan, thank you very much for the info.
Okay, you're welcome.
Well, we'll be using this eventually to see what we can improve in the future. And hopefully those that will come after us will have a better understanding and will behave in a more, let's say, adult way than we are doing now. Mark, can we just cross over to Dr. Bailie, please? Dr. Bailie, you are the coordinator of the field trip. So you show us around, you show us different methodology, you tell us what happened in terms of the tectonic event, all those geochemistry and how the rocks and sediment are behaved. And were you happy so far how the students are responding on the field?
Yeah, so far the students are showing quite good understanding. They're learning a lot. They're learning some new principles that they hadn't learned before. They're learning to relate what they learned in the class, in the theory, with the practical, what they see in the field. Some students are quicker to pick up certain things and observations as opposed to others, but it's a skill. With time, you need to learn to develop your observational skills and link that to what you've learned, and not just separate the two. And the students are learning and growing, and this is the start of their career, so that they also learn how to observe, how to relate it to what they've learned. Yeah, quite happy with what the students have done so far, what the observations have been. Some students have made very good observations. So,
according to your observations, so what do we actually need to improve? The students need to improve in a way of understanding the processes, like you said, and being able to relate what you taught them in class with what they encounter in the field.
okay, well, specifically, towards the end of the field school, we still see that students don't know how to use a compass properly. And also, what I've noticed throughout students' careers or through their undergrad is that they pretty much keep things in little packets and don't know how to integrate certain topics or subjects, and they haven't learned. A lot of students actually just learn step-by-step things. You know, I think that's from a schooling background. They need to actually start breaking that down and starting to see how they can actually understand concepts and processes, and rather than just learning off by heart or learning it step by step, you need to integrate all that they've learned.
So according to your observations, what needs to be done so that a student can change that attitude?
I think they need to sort of start changing how they learn and the method that they use to learn. We've been emphasizing throughout the undergraduate career that they need to understand processes, understanding of what is going on, rather than just learning things off by heart. If you can understand something, you can actually work out what is going on. Whereas if you just learn things and it's stored away in some box in your brain, and sometimes you don't know how to access it. Whereas if you understand what's going on, you can actually start to figure it out and work through it. Even if you're wrong, you actually are on the way of learning and improving. I think students need to sort of almost forget about what or how they've learned in school and start to learn to reteach themselves how to study, how to understand things, how to learn. I think that's how they can do that. Well, they need to ask themselves questions like how, when, what, things like that, and keep those questions in mind and understand how they can actually answer those questions.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Dr. Bailie. Is there anything more you want to add? Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay.